Hey guys, this is Izix. Today I'm currently at work, so y'all see computers and stuff in the background. Sorry I haven't posted in a couple of weeks. I've been a little busy. I got kind of pushed behind on schoolwork because my computer had messed up and it was down for a little while. Brother just got married, which actually fits into the topic of coming out to family and how to help them cope with it. So me personally, and my past videos, I've talked about it before. I come from a Southern Baptist family, so I really hadn't come out to everyone. I just kind of pulled away from them. And that was my personal decision because I had a feeling that a lot of them are going to be really close minded about things and not so accepting. And instead of giving them that choice to do that and me deal with that hit when I was focused on progressing into my transition, I decided just to pull away and take that break from them and make the decision for myself before they did it. Um, it was just easier for me. So, my brother's wedding that just happened a couple of weeks ago, um, I actually had to see some of my family. So, my Facebook that I had before transition, that my family members are still on, I deactivated it. I don't use it, but it's still accessible because Facebook is always accessible. You just log in and it reactivates. So, what I did, brother's wedding was on a Friday. I did some thinking about it. I talked to my mom, was just like, because my mom's not accepting, but she knows that obviously I've changed. So I told her, I was like, look, because she was more who I was worried for. She's going through some like medical issues and stuff. Um, I let her know if anyone calls you asking questions, this is why I'm about to update my picture. I hadn't seen my family in quite a while, and I've basically been transitioning almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years at the end of this month. So I let her know, hey, I'm gonna post this. You might get some backlash. I don't care, but I'm letting you know what's going on in case you get backlash. So went ahead, activated my Facebook with my family members on it, and posted a current picture. And I gave it a little bit. I left it on there for about 2 days. And then I went on my current Facebook and I went and added my brother as a friend because I hadn't, simply just because it would be like requesting me to family members. And I just wasn't ready to deal with them before. Now, my brother knew why I didn't have him on there. So I went ahead and added him, and now I have family members adding me on Facebook. The first person who actually added me was my nephew, um, which I'm part Spanish, so he's not like my brother's kid. He's my cousin's kid. So second cousins, we call them nieces and nephews. He's actually the oldest, so he's like 22, and he was the first one that added me. And I got friend requests from a few cousins. Okay, so this is before having to see family members at my brother's wedding. So, brother's wedding comes. I was supposed to have 3 friends with me. 2 of them decided not to show up for reasons that they had. One had a family issue, and the other just fell asleep and didn't wake up. He slept through the wedding. So, the other one that came with me, it basically looked like a date because it was a she. So, when I get to the bar where my brother wanted to do, they're celebrating. I had to get there early because I had reservations for them, and I told him, I was like, you have to be there at 9:30 to get your table. If you don't get your table at 9:30, there goes your table. So I popped up because he texted me at 9 and told me that they weren't going to be there because they were held up at dinner. So I went, got their table with my friend that came with me, and my aunt and my uncle were already there. So I was like, man, I haven't seen them. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna deal with this, at least we're at a bar. Comfortable at the bar scene, any bar really, even though it was a Western straight bar. Um, alcohol makes things easier, and that sounds like bad influence, but it just does. If you have like family members that drink a little bit, it eases the tension. So I told her, I was like, okay, so you don't know what you're walking into. I was like, but they haven't seen me in years, and they don't know anything, so of course they're going to be using the wrong name. You might hear that tonight. I was like, and they're gonna be saying she because they don't know. So I prepped her for that. I went and bought shots and went over to the table where they were sitting and talked to them, and they didn't do a second look or anything. They were just like, "Oh, I thought that was you," and then started talking to me like normal. So I was lucky in that situation because they didn't make it awkward. Um, they did say she, and fortunately, who I was with corrected them and was referring to me as he, and it started helping them correct themselves throughout the night. Um, I ended up explaining everything to my aunt, and now she knows that I've done a legal name change and gender marker change. She knows I've been on hormones for 3 years, and I told her, I was like, you know how my mom is. I can't really verify anything for her, but she sees the changes. Um, the thing with my mom, she's just really stubborn, and she'll stay in denial about everything for the longest. So I just don't tell her anything, and I just kind of let it go. I'm eventually gonna have to tell her about the name because of graduation and stuff that's gonna eventually happen. As y'all can see, the computer's back there. I've been working on school stuff, which is why my videos haven't been posting because I've just been too busy to get it done. I'm actually a few days late on this, which I apologize for that. But I know I needed to make this, so I think with coping with family, what helps is being realistic with yourself. That yeah, you may have some that are going to deny you, but you have a lot that aren't because blood is thicker than water. Um, they'll come around. It might not be today or tomorrow, but they'll eventually come around. If they care about you and they value that relationship that y'all had before transition, they will come around. Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle if you have a really conservative family like I do. And I'm not lying to you about my family being Southern Baptist. The ones that haven't converted are Southern Baptists. We were raised that way from like little kids being forced to go to church and dragged. Everyone else that isn't Southern Baptist anymore, they're Pentecostal. Like that's not any better than Southern Baptists. They're just as bad, if not worse, on the rules that they try to enforce on you. And if y'all know Pentecostals, if you're a girl, they want you to wear long skirts and dress the part and this and that. Like, you know. So it's hard with that type of family, but they will come around. And yeah, I have some that haven't yet, but they go and like stuff. Like I added some pictures with my brother, I tagged him, and they go and like those pictures, but they haven't like gone and like messaged me on Facebook, but they have like commented like how have I been and this and that. So I mean, there's hope. We'll see what happens. But let me go ahead and wrap this video up, guys, because I got to get back to work and some of that schoolwork stuff. So.